Because there are options, by the way, right? If Trump is the presumptive, and he is, if he is the presumptive anti-deep state candidate, and he fails at that, then we are seriously screwed. So now I want to just take a little side road for just a moment, because there is another candidate that is still running and is still running as an anti-deep state guy, and who does have some momentum. And in this case, I am talking about Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He put out a video. You're going to have to bear with us here. It's a couple minutes long, but we discussed whether we were going to edit it down for this. I think it's worth watching the whole thing. And I just want you to listen to the messaging, because right now, what I'm sensing is that Trump's messaging is, it's me, I'm back, you all love me, let's do it again. Like that there isn't necessarily, we're going to fix any of this or my behavior will be different or anything else. That's one version of it. And now I want to listen to another version of a vision, right? And listen to RFK and his vision right here.
This is a day of affirmation, a celebration of liberty. We stand here in the name of freedom. We are committed to peaceful and nonviolent change. We must recognize the full human equality of all of our people. Not just to those of a particular religion, not just to those of a particular race, not just to the wealthy, but to all of the people. We must do it for the single and fundamental reason that it is the right thing to do.
A new twist this morning for the country's most famous political dynasty.
RFK Jr. plans
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
independent
presidential
on October 9th in the state of
That it's time to heal a divided nation and return the power to the people.
Robert Kennedy Jr.
We are told today that our nation is hopelessly divided. But I found something different as I travel this country. I have witnessed an upwelling of optimism that I've never seen before. Something is stirring in us that says it doesn't have to be this way. And so I've come here today to declare our independence from the tyranny of corruption, which robs us of affordable lives, our belief in the future, and our respect for each other. But to do that, I must first declare my own independence. Independence from the Democratic Party and from all other political parties. I haven't made this decision lightly. It's very painful for me to let go of the party of my uncles, my father, my grandfather, and both of my great-grandfathers, but my sacrifice is nothing compared to the risk our founding fathers took when they signed the Declaration of Independence 247 years ago. They knew that if their revolution failed, every last one of them would be hanged. They chose to place everything on the line. When John Adams put his pen down after adding his signature to the Declaration, he turned to those present and he said to them, sink or swim, live or die, survive or perish. From this day on, I am with my country. I'm going to make that same pledge to you today so that I can stand before you, as every leader should stand before you, free of partisan allegiance, free from the backroom deals, a servant only to my conscience, to my Creator, and to you. Every president enters office promising to unite the nation and to work with people from the other party across the aisle. None of them ever does it. They can't. They're already chosen a side. Well, I'm not going to have that problem. I'm going to build coalitions from both sides of the aisle. And except for the small minority of public officials who are actually corrupt, I'm going to tell you this secret. They too want liberation from the system that has captured them. And isn't that ultimately what we all want? liberation from a system that robs us of our wealth, our health, our hope, our patriotism, our ideals, our freedoms, and ultimately our sense of ourselves as a good and capable people. Is healing our divided nation possible? Let's go take back our country. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
I declare my independence.
I declare my independence.
I declare my independence.
We declare our independence.
I declare my independence.
We declare our independence.
I declare my independence.
We declare our independence.
I declare my independence.
I declare my independence.
Yo declaro mi independencia.
We declare our independence.
I declare my independence.
Few men are willing to brave the disapproval of their fellows, the censure of their colleagues, the wrath of their society. Moral courage is a rarer commodity than bravery in battle or great intelligence. It is the one essential, vital quality for those who seek to change the world.
I'm Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and I approve this message.
Okay, thanks for bearing with us on that. I hope you felt what I felt while watching it. Now, I just want to get in before any of you who are probably watching that going, wait a minute. Dave said that he would support Trump if DeSantis was out, and now he's playing a video by RFK, and why am I talking like this? I am just trying to show you that there is a vision out there that is also good, and what I want to push Trump towards, if he is the presumptive nominee now, what I want to push him towards is a vision that is a little bit closer to that. Not just I'm back and you love me, right? And I'm going to get all the people to bow to me and wave to me and tell me I'm the greatest. But something that is truly American, right? To link it to the Bill Maher thing, I want Trump to sort of start being intolerant of the bullshit that he will be surrounded by. Because that is the only way that we are going to fix this thing. And RFK does have, by the way, a chance here. He does actually have a chance because we know that only about 30% of Republicans really love Trump. It's hard to know what percentage of Democrats really love Biden, but it's probably around 30%. And then you get all these people who kind of, pinch their nose and vote for these guys. But if you had a viable third-party candidate who was actually on all the ballots and everything else, you only need about a third of the people to like you, and he's polling already around 25%. I'm not saying he's going to be president. I have more disagreements politically with RFK than I do with Trump. I'm just saying I think this is a moment. This is a moment now where we can sort of push all of these guys, Donald Trump in particular, to be a little bit better. I want to show you this video of RFK because he was on the Howie Mandel podcast. And there's still so much confusion over COVID. And one of my frustrations with Donald Trump is that he seemingly has shown no regret related to lockdowns or related to Operation Warp Speed or anything else. So if we don't look back on that stuff and be like, all of us made mistakes, all of us accepted narratives, blah, 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 then we are doomed to do it again. And I don't want Donald Trump to make all those mistakes again. Listen to how effective and thought out RFK is here as he just debunks nonsense in real time.
A clinical trial study, you had 22,000 people who took the vaccine and 22,000 people who got the placebo. And what the result was, after 6 months, they had to hand that data to FDA in order to get the emergency use authorization. What that data showed, that in the vaccine group, there was one COVID death of 22,000 people over 6 months.
Right.
In the unvaccinated group, there were 2 COVID deaths. So of 22,000 people. So that allowed the company to tell the public the vaccine is 100% effective.
100%, but that's a misnomer. 100% effective in as far as, because I saw people on the news going, well, I got the vaccine and I still got COVID. They never said you won't get COVID. They just said that it'll kind of pull back the severity of it. So the fact is, that's well proven. You had double the deaths without it.
But Howie, listen to this, okay?
Okay.
If this makes any sense to you, they say what they're saying, out of 22,000 people, there was one COVID death among the vaccinated, and there was 2 COVID deaths on the unvaccinated.
Double.
22,000 people. So, and that allowed them to claim it's 100% effective.
Effective for what? You can't use the word effective.
You remember they kept saying it's 100% effective.
No, they just said it'll negate the severity.
If you go on the internet, you can see Tony Fauci.
But the word effective didn't say you won't get, I never heard you won't get COVID.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is a different subject. But yeah, in fact, I saw a tape yesterday of them all, of Biden, Fauci, Gates, Burla, all of them saying, if you take the vaccine, Rachel Maddow, if you take the vaccine, you can't get COVID, you can't pass COVID.
I didn't see that.
Okay, well, you know what? Can I play it for you?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait. Here, it doesn't matter what Rachel Maddow said.
No. Okay, I don't want to relitigate all that, and I know what you were all thinking as you were watching it. Yes, RFK, you're telling the truth. Those videos do exist, and Howie Mandel, you're an idiot, and blah blah blah. Okay, fine. My point in showing you this, and I know nobody wants to relitigate COVID right now, and I think one of the problems that DeSantis had during this campaign is that everyone thinks we're just on the other side of COVID and it's never going to matter again, so people don't even care who did the right thing during COVID. But it is important to have leaders who tell the truth, who know what the truth is, and who are willing to continually stand up and say the truth, right? So how about a little bit of Rachel Maddow, Anthony Fauci, etc., saying that the vaccine is 100% safe and effective?
It means that instead of the vaccine being able, instead of the virus being able to hop from person to person to person to person, spreading and spreading, sickening some of them, but not all of them, and the ones that it doesn't sicken don't know they have it, and then they give it to even more people because they didn't recognize they were, right? Instead of the virus being able to hop from person to person to person, potentially mutating and becoming more virulent and drug-resistant along the way. Now we know that the vaccines work well enough that the virus stops with every vaccinated person. A vaccinated person gets exposed to the virus does not infect them. The virus cannot then use that person to go anywhere else.
Dr. Fauci, thank you for everything you are, everything you do. Tell America why they need to get vaccinated when it is their time and turn.
Well, we need to get vaccinated because we're dealing with a serious disease. We have a vaccine that's highly effective and it's safe. And that's the thing that's going to stop this outbreak. The information to show that it's safe and effective is determined by large trials, and it's been determined by people who are independent and transparent. It's been examined by people who have no vested interest except the health of the American people.
Thank you, Dr. Fauci.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Nice to see you,
Nice.
Vice President.
Oh, God, there's so much bullshit there. And even them, why were they wearing masks then if they were already vaxxed? Okay, you guys get all the bullshit. The point of all of this related to our election right now is that this thing over the next year better be about issues and reality as opposed to slogans and worshiping. Otherwise, we are completely effed. Because guess what? The globalists and the World Economic Forum and all of these people who have been telling us what their plans are, they are not going to stop. And they would love to just have a leader who, if you just say nice things about him, will do whatever you want and everything else. So for all the goodness of Trump, maybe we can refine him and make him a little bit better. That's why I wanted to show you that clip of RFK, because RFK has liberated himself from the system. Now, the system has not been too kind to him as he has done that, right? Just as the system, it's ironic in a way, because the system, which is not kind to Trump, constantly talks about Trump. The system, which, if you think about the ideas of the system are more closely linked to RFK, who's a lifelong Democrat. But as he has left the Democratic Party, he has liberated himself from the system, and now the system is just completely ignoring him. But the point is, he is campaigning on something that is true, right? He wants to destroy the deep state, the COVID craziness, all of the globalists who want to take away our freedoms and all of those things, just as much as Donald Trump does. And I think he has the details in his mind to do that.